Salem, Massachusetts. Here's Wendy.
Hey, thanks for watching my show. Say hello to my co-host, my virtual audience. How do you fare? It's a great day to be in Salem. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. So, the big news coming out of Salem today is the fallout of Abigail Williams, no relation, praise be, and her girl gang. For those of you at home who aren't quite up to date, Betty, Reverend Paris's daughter, got super sick 2 weeks ago, and the town has had much to say about that little sickness of hers. According to one of my sources, it isn't the coronavirus, but witchcraft. Rumor has it this little girl flew over a barn not too long ago. And all of this is the result of some wild dance party the girls had in the forest. But apparently, according to Tituba, who happens to be our special guest for today, dancing wasn't all that was happening in the woods that night. Apparently, Abigail was up to no good and drank a charm to, to Goody Proctor. I also heard from another source of mine that one of these wild party animals was running around naked in the forest, and that our dear Reverend Paris saw all of the foolery but didn't report any of it. Sounds pretty suspicious to me. Perhaps some of you are wondering exactly what the beef between Abigail and Goody Proctor is. Well, come closer. Closer. Rumor has it that it all has to do with an affair. An affair between Abigail and Goody Proctor's husband, John. Reportedly, while Abigail was working for their family, some highly inappropriate activity was going on between these two. When Elizabeth found out about it, she fired her on the spot. Well, I guess that explains why Elizabeth always looks like she was giving John the side-eye in town during market days. Husbands, let me tell you something. When your wife looks at you like this, she doesn't even trust you to harvest the crops right. Allegedly, this is exactly how Elizabeth was looking at John when she realized he was in the same room as Abigail the day that Betty got sick. Of course, he denied anything happening between them, but my sources tell me they were definitely flirting that day. So that's where we were. Here's how things stand today. And friends, you're going to want to hold on to your capitans and bonnets for this one. Ever since Abigail and her girl squad got suspected of practicing witchcraft, they've become the saints of Salem, y'all. And they've been telling the truth to shame the devil on every person in town. And by truth, I mean lies. Even sweet little Rebecca Nurse is in jail for killing all of Mrs. Putnam's babies, and you know how I feel about that accusation. So last night, Reverend Hales showed up at the Proctor residence because Elizabeth's name was mentioned in the court proceedings. He and John kind of got into it about why John doesn't go to church and why the youngest Proctor child isn't baptized. And John told him it's because he doesn't like Reverend Paris's preaching style and how greedy he seems to be. It's an entire mess, y'all. So then Cheever, who went from a teacher to the clerk of court in a day, comes barging in ready to arrest Elizabeth. Why? Because Abigail claimed that she was stabbed in the stomach by a voodoo doll owned by Elizabeth. So when Cheever saw that doll from Mary, he just knew it was true and arrested her, shackles and all. This morning, John had enough. He dragged Mary Warren up to that courthouse and made her speak the truth about Abigail lying about witchcraft being in Salem. It is then that we also learned that Elizabeth is officially preggers. Congratulations, Elizabeth and John from the show. Yay! But also that Elizabeth has been spared, at least until the baby is born. But just like Taylor Swift versus Katy Perry, bad blood begins to brew between these two girls. Then, and only then, does John finally decide to reveal that he knew Abigail. He knew her. But it was too little too late, because not only did Judge Danforth not believe him, he actually brought Elizabeth out to corroborate his claims. And in true dramatic irony, she chose to do what we all least expected her to do. After weeks of side eyes, unreciprocated kisses, and poor church attendance, she stood by her man. She said she suspected, but that John was a good man, that he would never, ever step out on their marriage. All of a sudden, Abigail starts screaming about spirits and familiar animals that only she and her squad can see, and turn the whole entire courtroom against Mary. The lies! The lies! Why can't anyone in this town just tell the truth? Reverend Hale, who is also doing too little too late, realizes that the girls are lying, tries to change sides, but is tardy to the truth party because these girls end up running out of the courtroom from Mary's bird spirit and accuse her of being a witch. And then poor Mary cracks under pressure and then reverses her own testimony to say that John is the real witch, and that he cast a spell on her to make her tell lies in court. At this point, John is done. He is so over it. He commits the ultimate crime against our Puritan society and declares that God is dead. God is dead. In front of everyone, before Judge Danforth sentences him to death by hanging. Whew. What a mess of a city we live in, y'all. What a mess. Be sure to tune in to tomorrow's Hot Topics segment where we exclusively talk about what went down on Execution Day. And that wraps it up for Hot Topics. When we return from the commercial break, Tituba will join us for an exclusive one-on-one interview you won't want to miss, followed by your favorite Ask Wendy. Fare thee well for now. Bye-bye.
Feel it, feel it. Come on, believe it. Say it like you mean it. Shout it out. Feel it, feel it. When you need it. How you do it.
Followed by your favorite Ask Wendy. Fare thee for well. Let me redo that. But just like Taylor Swift and Katy Perry, Blood. Oh my God. Okay. Let me stop playing. Stop playing games. Why am I making these faces? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And it looks so crazy. Okay. How you doing? How you doing?